Bruce Willis, and this video along with part 1 and part 3 will get you ready, prepared for your final. In fact, if you can do this, you will ace your final, and anybody who aces your final passes the class. Alright, let's begin. At least that's what I've been told. Alright, so we're going to solve these guys. Okay, so you're going to pause it and write these down. Okay, so on this first one, I'm going to go ahead and go plus 22 to both sides and get 45. So 15 goes into 45 3 times. Here I'm going to add 6 and 5, gives me 11p, and 11 goes into 77 7 times. Okay, here I think I'm going to add 4 to both sides first. Let's see if I did the 39 also. No, I didn't. Okay, so negative 12 plus 4 is negative 8. Now I'm going to subtract 39 from both sides, okay? And then negative 17 minus 39 is negative 56, so negative 8 goes into negative 56 7 times. Okay, here I'm going to distribute to the 3 through, 3 times 3x, and then 3 times 4. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and then subtract the 6x and subtract 12 from both sides, okay? So you can see my red 6x going on both sides and the black 12 going on both sides, and you get x equals 14. All right, here's a couple more. Okay, these ones you're going to cross multiply. So when I cross multiply, 81 times x equals 9 times 63. Okay, now you don't have calculators, but you don't need one on this case here because you're going to divide by this, and watch what happens. The 81's cancel obviously, and the 9 goes into 81 9 times, and then you can cancel out that red 9 into the 63 is 7, so the answer is 7. All right, over here, cross multiply. Don't forget you got to distribute. I had to go ahead and multiply 34 times 3 to get 102 because I couldn't do that trick on this one because I had to distribute the 6 through. Okay, then you subtract 6 from both sides. 102 minus 6 is 96, and then 12 goes to 96 8 times. Okay, solve the equations for y. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 8x on both sides and get y equals negative 8x plus 14. Here I'm going to go ahead and plus 9x to both sides on number 2. And then now I got to divide everything by 3, so you get y equals 3x plus 6. Okay, I'm going fast because we've seen all this before, you guys. This is a review. We've gone through all this several times already. So if I'm going too fast, just pause it and go backwards and see what's going on there. Okay, on number 1 here, going to go ahead and plus 9 to both sides, which is 3. So it says greater than or equal to 3, so it's a solid dot on 3 and it's shaded to the right. As long as your variable is on the left-hand side, then it tells you which way to shade. If your variable is on this side, then you shade the opposite way. So the variable's on the left, so this says go to the right. The arrow says shade it to the right. All right. Okay, so this one here, I'm going to go ahead and distribute the 3 through. And look, I get 9x minus 12 on the left. I get 9x minus 12 on the right. Okay, those are the same thing. So is this side greater than or equal to this side? Since we have the equals part in here, I'd have to say yes. Any number I plug in right here, if I go 9 times 10 minus 12, it's going to be greater than or equal to is the key part, 9 times 10 minus 12. 9 times anything minus 12 is going to be greater than or equal to anything. So the answer is all real numbers. All right, okay, this one here. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this 4, subtract 4, subtract 4, subtract 4, and then you get that. So now I'm going to divide by a negative. Remember, when you divide by a negative, it flips those inequalities. And since now I have the bigger number over here and the smaller number over here, I'm going to flip them around, and that's going to flip around those inequalities. And then there's the graph. Okay, now this or statement, this means or typically means you're going to shade one this way and then one over here to the right going this way. Okay, and it looks like this one's a closed circle, this one's an open circle. So here I'm going to go ahead and plus h to both sides and minus 5 from both sides. Here, I don't like this negative h over here, so I'm going to put it on this side right here, and I don't want this minus 5 right here. Okay, so oops, that should be h minus 5. Whoops, you're going to see a mistake. Darn it, I thought I had it cleared. This should be h minus 5. I can go ahead and fix that part anyways right now. H minus 5 right here. Let's see. So let's see. So I'm going to go plus 5 plus 5. So this one's going to be 7, you guys. And this one you divide by 6 and you get 11. So my graph is going to be wrong and my answer is going to be wrong. So I'm going to go plus 5 plus 5. This should be 7 because 2 plus 5 is 7. So less than or equal to 7. This closed circle should have been right here, you guys. So right here where my cursor is. Going that way. This side's still okay, greater than 11. Okay, so this one over here should be plus 5, and that should be a 7. And then so 7 with a closed circle right there. Sorry about that, you guys. I make mistakes all the time. All right, okay, this one is an absolute value, okay? And so there's two answers to absolute values. Always two answers, you guys. And if it's pointing away, this guy is pointing away from the absolute value, then it's going to be an or statement. And an or statement tells me it's going to be shaded in opposite directions, like that last one. Okay, so I do the -3 is less than the inside stuff, and then the inside stuff is greater than the +3 right there. All right, so I'm going to subtract 8 on both of those, you guys, and then I get -11 halves on the left, and then -5 halves on the right. So -11 halves is a smaller number, so -11 halves is -5.5, so it's in between. Oh boy, I blew it again right there. If that's -4, yeah, that's right, -5.5 right there, and then 5 halves is 2.5, so I did blow this one right here. 2.5 should be right here. No, that's right. Sorry, it's -2.5. I'm good. I'm good. Only one mistake so far. All right, okay, on this one, you guys got to subtract the 2, and you get 15, and then divide by 3. I'm tired, you guys. It's late tonight. Okay, and then now I'm going to subtract 11. I know that's not an excuse, you guys, but I make mistakes in class all the time. You kids catch me all the time. So, and then here I'm going to divide by 2. And then when it's less than or equal to, when it's pointing towards it, you guys, it goes right from here. When it points towards it, you just put the -5 on this side and the +5 on this side, and this stuff goes right in the middle. If it points away from it, you got to do the or stuff. Okay, so there's my graphed answer right there. All right, so now find the slope of these lines. So remember, slope formula is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So here we go. This one is y2, 4 minus 1 over 8 minus 2. You get 1/2. Okay, when you get 0 on the bottom, remember, think of that like being a ball, and this is a table, and this table with a ball on it won't hold up this number. It'll make it fall over. That's how I remember if it's undefined. If 0 was on top, the answer would be 0. But if 0 is on bottom, it's undefined. And pretend like that's a ball, and that's a table right there, and this table won't hold up that number when there's a ball underneath it. So that's how I remember the difference between 0 and undefined. All right, so draw the line with the given intercepts. So this is easy enough. Okay, x-intercepts over here at 2, the y-intercepts at -3. Here the x-intercepts at 4, and the y-intercepts at -1. All right, and then for whichever class you're in, this could be a possible assignment for you guys if you're working out of the textbook. I believe, though, you probably have some kind of review worksheets.